Good evening and welcome along to Camel Racing News, episode 18. As usual, we're going to look back at the major activities, races and other stories emerging this week from Al Mamoon Smart Camel Racing Track. Here's this week's headlines. Al Asifa Stables dominated once again, winning the Al Thanaya main titles. Al Asifa grasped a super hat-trick in the Hul and Zamul races. Fada and Baruch were top-notch, giving their owners the Thanaya titles. Mizna and Anida won the Hul and Zamul prizes for local owners. We sampled the atmosphere created by the tourists who are regulars at the Al Mamoon Smart Camel Racing Track. And we'll give you our weekly snapshot. On Friday afternoon, the 20th of January, Al Mamoon organised the 8th edition of the qualifying races for older camels. These were designated for camels owned by their Highnesses the Sheikhs. There were 14 competitive races over 8 kilometres, the majority won by the magnificent Al Asifa Stables. The first race in the local purebred Abkar category was won in style by Shamar, owned by Al Asifa Stables under the supervision of trainer Giyat Al-Hilay. He triumphed in 12:52 minutes, despite strong competition from stablemate Harbour.
سلام تحية واحترام للهلالي غياض شمعة 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 تنير تضيء ميدان المرموم ميدانها بليلة أفراح شمعة 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 تعلن الوصول مقدمة الناموس تحت أخفافها لهجر العاصمة وعشاقها.
The second race for thoroughbred Abkar, also owned by the Sheikhs, saw tough competition from Al Asifa Stables and others. Al Shamika, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Saeed bin Maktoum bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and Saraba, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Maktoum bin Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum, shared the lead, but the latter had enough stamina left and beat them in a time of 13:01.6. Hashima and Mudalala came second and third, respectively.
على هذا التضمير على هذا الأداء وها هي الخبرة تفرض نفسها تهانينا من الأعماق المركز الثاني.
It was Munges, owned by Al Asifa, who smartly won the local Jaydan race allocated for the Sheikhs. In spite of all the challenges he faced from his competitors, the winner gave them no chance, leading from start to finish and winning in 13:001.
وكاني اراها في بطانه معلقينها وهذا الفارس اللي يحمل الشعار الاسود الملكي الدواوير البيضاء المميزه هذه بياخذ البندقيه وبيصيد فيها من الظباء ويصيد فيها من الرموز. يا سلام منجز 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 تهانينا انجز المهمه بشرف وبقوه وبانفراد وباندفاع.
The fourth race for thoroughbred Jaydan, owned by the Sheikhs, saw Al Asifa Stables record its second win. Kefu, accompanied by stablemate Shashi and Shaman, were challenged by Al Qayed, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. But in the last 100 metres, it was Kefu who took the lead, winning in 13:06.9.
إذا كفو من انطلق على الصدارة كفو من انطلق على المقدمة وعلى المركز الأول وصدارة هذا الشوط. تهانينا للعاصفة وهجنها ومالكها سيدي سمو الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راهب بن سعود المكتوم على فوز كفو بالمركز الأول. المركز الثاني يأتي شامان وشاسع في المركز الثالث. هنا بهذه التحديات الجميلة ولحظة الوصول إلى خط النهاية.
The fifth race for local Abkar saw the best time recorded by Al Asifa superstar Najoud when she reached the finishing line in 12:45.8.
عشاقها محبينها كل من يتابع شعارها دائما بالخير وبالحب وبالامتنان بالفوز والانتصار. تحية وناموس ندير مالك هذا الشعار سيدي اسمه الشيخ حمدان بن محمد بن راشد المكتوب، وإلى المضمر غياث الهلالي حيثما كان. هذه لحظات وصول نجود إلى خط النهاية.
On the evening of the 21st of January, Al Mamoun held the 8th qualifying races for Hool and Zamul, owned by the Sheikhs. Through 14 races run over 8 kilometres, Al Asifa team confirmed their dominance by snatching the first 4, and then going on to collect 12 titles of the 14 on the card. The first of the Al Asifa successes came in the first feature race for local Hool camels. The useful Mekhar won in 12:42.6, despite the strong challenge of Zood, and trained by Ahmed Kalaufan Bakit Al-Majroui.
النهاية وتستقر مع خط النهاية على هذا المضمار. يا سلام. المركز الثاني.
The second race for local thoroughbred Hool saw the Al Asifa trio of Al Darby, Malay and Al Shania dominating the race from the start until the finish. Al Darby took the lead in the end and won in a time of 12:52.5.
بعرض تلقائي ذاتي من تلقاء نفس الظبي. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. تهانينا وهذه لحظات الوصول الجميلة بهذا الفوز على التوالي ونقطة ثانية.
It was in the third race for thoroughbreds and mule that Al Asifa completed their hat-trick. They sent their pacemaker, Ganad, to lead the race, followed by Al Ghazal, owned by His Excellency Khalid bin Sultan bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and trained by Ahmed Kalfan Bakit Al Majroui, and Salud, owned by His Excellency Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and trained by Abdullah Ali bin Uwais. The final 2 kilometres saw trainer Gaith send Al Taib into the lead, winning the race in 13:24.8.
شكرا غياث الهلالي. مشكور يا غياث. يا سلام. أوصلت الطبيب بأداء ممتاز ما شاء الله. وأيضا هنا قناد ينطلق بكل ثقة إلى المراكز الأولى. خلاص المركز الأول إذا يذهب إلى الطبيب، والمركز الثاني قناد، بينما المركز الثالث سلود.
Al Asifa stables were again much the best in the fourth race for thoroughbreds and mule, which Al Zaybak won in 13:31.9.
مالكها ولغياث الهلال من خلال هجوم الزئبق على خط النهاية، واصلا معلنا الفوز بالمركز الأول في شوطنا الرابع. الشوط الأول للزمول الأصايل المهجنات. يا سلام. المركز الثاني للطام.
Let's review the best times recorded during these races among the camels owned by the Sheikhs. In the Naya category, the fifth race for local Abkar saw Najud record the best time, 12:45.8. In Hule and Zamul category, it was Gaba who was the fastest, in 12:42.4. Competition is always a good thing. It forces us to do our best, but always remember that becoming number one is easier than remaining number one. This quote seemed to be the slogan of the day on 20th of January, when Al Mamoun hosted qualifying races for the Thanaya camels owned by the local owners. 338 participated, divided into 16 races over 8 kilometres. The last 4 races were for breeding camels, and the 5th race saw the best time recorded. The inaugural race for local purebred Abkar saw 18 camels go to the starting gate. Al Jazaba, owned by Saif Hamed Sultan Saif Bar Jafla, led at first, followed by Fada, owned by Ali Mohammed Jabir Abdullah Al Harbi, and Tidor, owned by Rashid Khalifa Al Mur Al Nayadi. In the end, in 12:51.9, it was Fada who reached the finishing line first.
المثيرة الله يا سلام تصمد بهدى أما الشاهنية تنتزع المركز الأول الشاهنية بهدى يا سلام ند الشبه سلام تهانينا على فوز هدى بالمركز الأول لعلي بن محمد بن جابر بن عبد الله الحربي المركز الثاني الشاهنية.
والله المشاركة هاي تعني لنا فرحة والفوز في ميدان تحفة ميادين السباق نعتبره شرف لنا ونتمنى إن شاء الله مزيد. هذه بنت أسد الرياسة أمها بنت غثيوان شارينها من مزاد نحن لقية ماخذ سيارة وإذا لها سبقات لكن تعطلت علينا والسنة لها كذا سبق وإن شاء الله نتمنى مجهزينها نحل القطار وإن شاء الله متوقعين منها ركض زين. والله الدعم موجود بفضل الله أول شيء، عقبها بفضل أبو عبد الله محمد بن يابر ما مقصر ويانا في كل شيء، ونحن إن شاء الله نوعدكم إن شاء الله بشيء جديد إن شاء الله. أهدي فوزها أول شيء لمحمد بن يابر بن عبد الله والراعيها علي وعبد الله ولمحبين شعار محمد بن يابر. نشكر الداعمين للركض شيوخنا الله يطول عمارهم ما مقصرين، والله يا ربي يبلي فيه الخير إن شاء الله ونتمنى الخير للجميع إن شاء الله.
The second open race for local thoroughbred Abkar saw 23 camels line up. Miasa, owned by Salim Shaheen Al-Humaydi Al-Ghafli, followed by Baruch, owned by Mohammed Sultan Merkan Al-Katabi, were all up front early, but Baruch got to the line first, registering the best time of the morning, 12:51.
لأن شفنا خطر من شبات الفاتنة محمد بن حمد بن نعيم العامري الخطير هذا المزعج هذا ازعج المقدم. سلام يا مرغم سلام صاحب المضمرين تهانينا ومشكور يا ابو سلطان، تهانينا السيد محمد بن سلطان بن مرخان الاجتبي نجم النجوم في المواسم والمهرجانات، تهانينا والناموس مع هذا الاسم الكبير.
The next race's prize went to Saudi Arabia when 21 breeding Abkar camels lined up. Al Wathbar, owned by Saeed Alitha Kazer Al Amri, and Al Shiniya shared the lead until the final kilometre, when they faced a strong challenge from Al Rabah, owned by Fahad bin Tahnoon Al Hajiri. She snatched the lead, winning in 12:56.4.
تبارك الله. بالمركز الثاني محمد بن حارب بن نواس الكتبي يحتل المركز الثاني، لكن خلاص راحت الرباعه بناموس هذا الشوط لتتواجد على المقدمه وتقدم التهنئه لمالكها علي بن باد بن طحنون الهاجري. تهانينا والناموس وجود مورنج لاهلي الدمام في المملكه العربيه السعوديه على هذا الفوز والانتصار. المركز الثاني
والله انت عارف عاد غلا سبق الاشواط غير الانتاج سبقها غير، والناقه غاليه عندنا وهذا ثاني مره دخلناها سبقت الشوط الاول، والرباعه مو بغريب السبق عليها، امها الرباعه وابوها شمعدان ما هو بعيد السبق عليها. والله المهرجان كل مستعد لها، عاد باقي توفيق الله ولا كل مستعد للمهرجانات، والله يوفقنا وياكم ان شاء الله، مشكورين على النظام بيضل وجهكم.
The second race for thoroughbred breeding Abkar saw 2 camels with the same name but different owners share the lead, and Al Rahiya, owned by Hamad Al Duhaimi Al Amri, jewelled early, but the latter held off strong challenges from Bashaya and Lamha and fought back to win the race in a dramatic finish. The time was 12:52.2.
وتنتزع المركز الاول معلن الفوز والانتصار في ناموس هذا الشوط. سلام لاهالي الوقن، سلام لاهالي الوقن، سلام واسعد الله صباحكم مشاهدينا الاعزاء اهالي الوقن تهانينا مبارك بالعثه بالخزع العامري.
second day, 21st of January, the track hosted races for Huel and Zamoon for camels owned locally. There were 16 events, with 318 camels nominated to run over the 8 kilometres. The last 4 races were for breeding camels, and the morning open event saw the best times recorded. The first morning open race was designated for local purebred Abcar for local owners. 16 animals participated over a distance of 8 kilometres, and the race was won by the brilliant Miznar, owned by Mohammed Sultan Merkan Al-Katabi, who crossed the line in 13:005.
لصاحب المضمرين بشعاره الصعب العنيد القوي العجيب الرهيب على فوز مزنة بالمركز الأول. تهانينا وسلام يا مرغم، سلام يا مرغم، سلام يا مرغم، مرغم 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 مرغم. المركز الثاني.
The second morning race was a thoroughbred Huel. It saw 19 camels go to the starting gate to cover a distance of 8 kilometres. It was Anida, owned by Ali Fahad Tanoon Al-Hajiri, who proved that she was the fastest one, winning in 12:52.3.
واسعد الله صباحكم يا اهل الدمام على هذا الاداء المتميز الذي تقدمه عنيده. تهانينا للسيد علي بن فهد بن طحنون الهاجري، تهانينا للسيد مسعود بن طحنون الهاجري، تهانينا لفهد بن طحنون الهاجري على فوز عنيده بالمركز الاول.
والله يعني انه شيء واجد. اول شيء من الانتاج وسبقها طال عمرك يعني انه واجد. هذا ثالث سبقه عندها عنيده طال عمرك، بين جبار وبين جلمود، مو بغريب السبق عليها. ابوها ولد جبار وامها بنت جلمود. ناموسها الهديه طال عمرك اللي يشجعون شعار بن طحنون.
The first race for local breeding Huel saw 22 camels fight it out. It started with Al Faraya, owned by Naif Salim Al Katabi, leading, followed by Al Shania, owned by Khalifa Ali Obaid Al Ghafili, and Bint Rad, owned by Saeed Mubarak Sabd Al Khalili, in third. In the end, it was Al Shania who succeeded in reaching the finishing line first, taking the prize in 12:57.4.
ايضا الشاهينيه فرضت نفسها وسيطرتها تماما على المركز الاول. تهانينا والناموس لمالك هذا الشعار عامر بن علي بن فيده او بن طفله المري. تهانينا والناموس يا بن طفله، واسعد الله صباحك والسلام والتحيه لاهالي الدوحه.
The second race for breeding thoroughbred Huel saw 20 camels square off. Messiah, owned by Mohammed Salim Hasna Al-Katabi, led the race, along with Minhaf, owned by Mohammed Atiq Ali Al-Katabi, Al-Shania and Al-Ghazil, owned by Saif Saeed Saif Al-Katabi. However, Al-Ghazil was tough and crossed the line much the best in 12:56.6.
ومقيل مع الغزيل. الله يا الكعبي، عندك يا الكعبي سلام وتحيه واحترام يا الكعبي، وسلام سلام لالي مغافة، سلام في مدينة العين. أسعد الله صباحك يا سيف يا بن سعيد يا بن سيف يا الكعبي.
والله تعنينا شيء كبير وما قصروا شيوخنا زين اللي سووا هاي الفكرة، وبادرة طيبة وجزاهم الله خير وما قصروا هنا. سلالتها طبعا عمرك بن ظبيان امها وابوها المتحد، ومشاركات جايه سابقه هني في المرموم، وجايه ثالث على رمز الانتاج الوثبه. اهدي لشيوخنا ومشكورين نادي دبي للهجن وما قصروا وجزاهم الله خير.
تعنينا الكثير وجزاهم الله خير من قاموا على هذه الفكرة. هذه تدعم أهل الهجن وشريحة كبيرة من الهجن. رياض هذا سلالته رياض الشيخ تميم بن حمد وامه بن جبار بن الصوب. أهديه الجميع مشجعين شعار راشد بن ثلاب، وأهديه الوالدي راشد بن ثلاب والمبارك بن راشد. مشكورين ونشكر نادي دبي على إقامة هذه السباقات وعلى الدعم الكبير اللي داعمين به الهجن.
The local owners' races saw some outstanding performances and great achievements, resulting in some good times. Let's have a look back. In the Thanaya category, it was Baruch who was the fastest in the second open race for thoroughbred Abcar, when she finished the race in 12:50.1. In the Huel and Zamule category, it was the second open race for thoroughbred Huel, which saw the speedy Anida record the best time for the 8 kilometres, 12:52.3. Once again, it's been a week of great thrills and spills over at Al Moon. So plenty of stars to choose from. Here's our pick this week. Al Moon's smart camel racing track remains a real pull for tourists who converge on it from all over the world. They enjoy watching the camels, which, let's face it, is something a little bit different to do with your weekend off.
Hi, my name's Ellen. I live in Dubai 5 years, but I'm from New Zealand. We came here today, friends and I, because we have a guest visiting, but also we've never done the camel racing before, and we've heard all about it, and that people say you should definitely come and see the camels. I've been to a lot of horse racing in New Zealand and UK, and I've also been to the one at Meydan. Different atmosphere. The horse racing is very short, and I guess there's a lot more people going, congregating. But this is really nice. This is a really nice experience. We haven't been here before. We don't know where we should stand or watch, but it's really interesting. Come and enjoy it. It's a good day. We've got all the children here. Those girls are laughing, but they're enjoying too. It's a beautiful day, and you should do it because it's a great Dubai, UAE thing, I think, that this is a really good foundation thing to come and see. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks.
Hello, my name's Sebastian Cross. I came to the camel race because I really like camel races. It's nice to see animals of our desert competing in a race.
Thank you, DubaI Camel Race Club.
Thank you, DubaI Camel Race Club.
My name's Tom, and I'm from Liverpool in England. We've been living in Dubai for a few years now, and our friend Ruth organised it this morning, and we just thought we'd come down and see what it's all about. And I know it's quite an important cultural event in sort of the UAE, so we just thought we'd come and see what it's all about. I think the distances they seem to be running is a lot bigger than the horses. We have a big horse racing track by where I'm from in the UK, but it's a lot smaller. And I think this seems to be more about like what it means to the people and the culture, whereas back home it's more of like a social event. Yeah, but it seems good. Yeah, definitely. It's a really nice atmosphere. It's good to get out, and obviously there's a lot of local culture and influence involved in the event, so it's good to come and experience something different. So it's a bit different to the normal tourist things that people would do, so yeah, it's a good day.
I'm here for a pretty long time, and I thought once I must watch this, I must see how the camel race goes on, because it's some type of tradition also here. I've been to Meydan for horse races, and I've liked it there very much, and I wanted to experience how the camel race goes.
Many thanks for listening to this week's Camel Racing News. We've now come to the end. If you have any suggestions, comments or inquiries, please see our social media links mentioned on the screen below. We'll be back next week.